And today we're going to try something new. I'm actually going to do a live stream of this. And so the reason why I'm doing a live stream is because I want to try to see if this works, because in the future, then perhaps I want to do this for other videos going forward. Now, I know that I could be doing this on Twitch, but personally, I'm not really a big Twitch person, so I'm going to see how my internet handles this. And if it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, then I guess we could find other ways. So in order to do this, maybe I will try doing story mode. And let's do Sakon Shima, since he's my favorite character. We're going to try doing his anime route this time. So I know I could press this button here to skip straight to the anime route. I'm going to try just playing through it like normal to see how it handles. Let's stick with the normal difficulty we've been going with, just so we can be consistent.
Sakon, 何をほうけている。貴様には先陣を切れと命じたはずだ。私の采配に不服があるか。
三成様、めっそうもございませんです。はい。
ならば行け。豊臣の栄な、刹那たりとも陰らせるな。はい。
やっぱ夢じゃねえ。俺はここにいる。三成様の隣に。姉上、どこへ行った。口だけダメ。
Alright, so far so good. So I know that you can select people's story modes partway through, so when the character selection screen, I can press the second option and it'll bring me straight to the branching area in the paths. I'm going to play through the first part for completion's sake, just in case you're watching this video without seeing all my other videos, which is fine. And I'm also going to let the dialogue play out, even though we've seen some of this before on my previous Sengoku Basara 4 videos, just for the sake of completion. So if you want to skip ahead and you're watching this in the future, after I finish streaming this, then you can skip straight to the part where the story branches branch off. So I've mentioned this before, but the first 3 stages of story mode are semi-randomized, so you'll get a random selection of stages, and depending on which ones you pick, it could affect which stages come afterwards, or it could make it so other stages are unavailable or pop up later on. So let's give it a try. Let's do Yukimura and Naotora. So because my Sakon is very strong, I anticipate these stages are going to go by a lot quicker, even though we're playing on the second difficulty. And I'm going to bring Katsuie with me as my partner, just because Katsuie is Sakon's rival, so I think they pair well together.
Sakon, 入ります。はあ。強い。これが奪われたものの怒りだ。さて、直虎殿、お聞かせ願いたい。貴殿は親方様に一体いかなる恨みがあると。貴様、この後に及んでとぼけるつもりか。とぼけるなどとめっそうもござらん。覚えがないだと。本気で言っているのか、貴様。確かに我ら武田と井伊の間に戦があり申した。しかしそれは戦の世の常。恨むのは筋違いでござろう。おそらく
Oh no, I did not want to do that. Well, I mean I did, but I thought I could get a good roll. So according to what I know about Sakon, with his inscription on, you can basically make it so that if you hold the button down during that gambling move with the dice, it highly increases the chance of either getting the best outcome or the worst outcome. So I guess I got the worst outcome that time. That's okay, we can fix this. See if we can find some rice balls. So stream looks like it's going pretty well. Doesn't seem to be... I was worried my internet wouldn't be able to handle it very well. So Basara's a good game to test this out because then I don't have to worry about missing out important gameplay or story events. Oops, I'm not paying attention. So at the time of uploading, or at the time of recording this stream, I know right now my channel only has up to Shikanosuke's episode, but I have recorded the rest of the Basara episodes for you guys, so those are going to come up later this week. I do plan to start a new series soon, so that's why I want to do this test stream.
まあ聞かなくてもすぐにわかると思うけどね。うちら今結構忙しいんだけど、オタク空気読めてる？私の約束の人はお前たち武田との戦のさなか、お前たちのせいで。それはいいな。たとえそうであろうとも、お雪村。 甲斐武田の留守を任された身、負けるわけにはいかぬ。まずっちまった。すまねえ大将。大将、あんたは負けちゃダメなんだ。おのれ、卑怯だぞ。
I know that people generally prefer Twitch when it comes to streams. I'm more of a YouTube person myself, just in general, but... I'm more of a YouTube person in general for myself, and I think the nice thing is because if I stream on YouTube, I can keep everything in one place with all my other channel clips. Because I know they changed the way that YouTube links to Twitch. Like, you can still do, like, highlights and upload those to YouTube, but it doesn't... You can't easily export the whole videos anymore, to my knowledge. And I know Twitch only saves your videos for like, what, like 2 weeks or something like that, unless you're an affiliate. And even then, after like a month or 2 months or something like that, they delete them, so I think it'd just be easier for me to do everything here for now. Since I don't plan to be live streaming all my games all the time, probably just for the ones where it's more convenient. Ow. Okay, let's finish him off with a double Basara attack. Where'd you go? There you are. Maybe I really should have turned up the difficulty. This seems too easy. I mean, I kind of wanted to just do a casual, easy stream, so... At the same time, kind of nice to show off once in a while.
まあこんなもんでしょう。
Oh good, no weapons.
さすが三成様。陣だって采配傭兵。一部の隙もなかったぜ。天下取りっつう大舞台でも一切の気負いはなし。 さて、この完璧に近い石田軍をどうやって崩したもんかね。俺だったらまず
三成、あれはなかなかに働く。拉違いな思考と行動が少々読めぬではあるが
その程度の褒め言葉で平然と図に乗るバカだ。決して聞かれるな、行部。
ああ、やっぱ俺と行部さんをどうにか分断してかっこ撃破するしか勝ち目ねえのな。ってことはだ、つまり俺が負けねえ限り石田軍も絶対負けねえってこった。
Let's see what's up next.
この辺り。
再会の鬼が独眼竜が
So we just a bunch of duels here. The only actual stage here is Motochika's. So let's do this one.
Sakon, 入ります。
ようやく完成したぜ。海賊要塞百鬼不学。こいつはどこまでも自由な船よ。なあ聖火。
おもちゃを好むは愛も変わらずだよ。カラス
お客さんだ。整備の当番以外は全部や。了解っす。
Katsui just got nailed there. So the other reason why I want to do a stream is also because normally when I record videos, I know I'm not doing it. Ow. I ran into the spikes when they were dropping, thinking that they were inactive. The other reason why I want to do a stream is because normally when I record videos, I have to record it, and then I have to transfer the data, and then process it, do my editing. Although, mind you, I don't really do that much editing because I'm lazy. Then I have to kind of wait for the video to process before then I can upload it to YouTube. And that takes a lot of time. Each step takes a little bit of time, especially every time data has to be transferred around. God, don't trap me. So I was thinking that if I can just live stream videos, and they'll just go directly to my YouTube account, and then I can just edit them a little bit in post, then I can save myself a lot of time and cut out the middlemen. Then I don't have to schedule videos ahead of time, I don't have to plan it out ahead of time. And that would be particularly useful if I start to do a series that is long. So if a series is like let's say like 20 hours or less, I can probably easily do it in little parts and do all the editing and stuff. But if the series is longer than that, like a longer RPG or something like that, and I do want to play some of them on the channel, then it's not really feasible for me to do it in such annoying little chunks if I want to get the whole thing out in a reasonable amount of time. Because let's face it, I don't want to play the same game for like a month when I can beat it in like a week or two. So I'm hoping that this makes it more efficient, because one of the next games I want to play is estimated 40 hours long or longer, and I really want to play it, and I might as well do it on the channel. But then I have to do it efficiently, so I'm not getting bored of it just because I'm only limited to like a couple hours every day. Anyways, you guys don't need to know all the fine details. Ow, stop shooting me! You guys don't need to know all the little fine details here, but... Ow. Okay. Not doing so hot, even though I'm quite strong and over-leveled for this. It's harder than you think to talk and play at the same time if you're trying to give out somewhat interesting content. I definitely stutter and scramble with my words a lot more if I'm streaming than when I'm just playing with my friends. And then my gameplay suffers because then I make silly mistakes. That's okay. We're having fun, right? Everyone's having fun. I mean, according to the stream, no one's watching right now, but that's okay. Maybe you're watching this in post. Sakon's moves are just so stylish, they feel so satisfying. Ah, I was gonna finish him off there in that combo and it looks so cool. Let's beat up on these helpless guys crawling away. Toyotomi no Sawanに近しい Shima Sakon。まあこんなもんでしょう。 if you notice, I mean, if you're familiar with this game, I've upgraded my weapon since the last time I played Sakon in episode 1 of this series on my channel. I've added a bunch of beefy things to his weapon, so it seems pretty fun. And also, if you're familiar with the game, you might be wondering, why don't I include elemental inscriptions on my weapon? Because Sakon's element is wind, so why don't I have a wind effect on his weapon? That's just a personal choice, because if you attach the elemental inscription onto your weapon gains a little weapon effect. In the case of wind, you get a little swirly whirlwind around the edge of your blades, and personally, I don't really like fancy effects on my weapons, just aesthetically. So even though it's a bit of a loss DPS-wise, I'll take it. Same reason why when I play Final Fantasy XIV and they come up with all those fancy weapon upgrades that give like shiny glowing auras to your weapon, or like special glowing effects, I choose not to include those things because I just find them distracting. I'd rather see my character without all the weird lighting and glitter and auras and whatnot. Again, just a personal thing.
Yo! はい、出ました。ピンゾロのチョート。こいつの出目も最高。幸先いいんじゃね？これで次も勝ったも同然っしょ。ね、ギョーブさん。
主の振る際にかような霊力があるとは思えぬが。
いやいや、結構当たるんすよ、俺の際。おかげで博打は連戦連勝負けなし。昨日の夜も。
はい、分かった。では三成にそう告げてやろう。戦の勝ち負け、左近目の際の出目にて決したとな。
そうそう、三成様に俺のおかげでって。それ俺殺されちゃいません？やっぱ無理っす。ギョブさん、さっきのなしっす。いや、戦には勝ちますけど他はもろもろなしっす。
何やら曲がっおかしな仕方。
待って、臨海に先見の巫女の船を。
欧州にて挙動。
Let's do a duel with Shikanosuke. We haven't done that in a while. So every time you see that cutscene of him running after Oya-san and calling out for her, it just means a duel with Shikanosuke, and it usually happens on a random stage, whether it's his own stage. This time it looks like it's Keiji's fireworks festival stage. I think dueling Shikanosuke increases the chances of his stage popping up after, which is why we haven't seen it. As you can see, Oya-san is not targetable. Well, I mean, you can damage her, but she doesn't have a health bar.
いや、いいけどの前にその資格とどういうこと？あれ、最後にもう一つだけ。
Aw, she gets up and then curls up next to him again. He didn't have his armor on, his full armor, for that entire battle. Might as well taunt, I guess.
豊臣の左腕に近しい島左近。よっ。まあこんなもんでしょう。
I forgot that when you do a duel with an enemy, usually those stages have more weapon drops than usual. So I'm gonna have a bunch of weapons to sell after this. I'm pretty stocked up on Sakons actually. You can see I have a lot of strong inscriptions on some of these. Alright, Katsuie, you too.
またまたいい出目。今回もいただきっしょ。しかしお前とも長い付き合いだよな。俺みてえなろくでなしによくついてきてくれてんよ。感謝してるぜマジでさ。お前がいなけりゃ今頃俺は。
サーコン、鉄サビを即座にやめろ。私に切り刻まれたいならば続行を許可する。
はいやめます。今すぐやめます。おいお前のせいで怒られちまったじゃねえか。とんだ疫病神だっての。ったく。鬼島津が暴れておる。最上軍が。お前がはい
オートマダビーランドは
誰がお尋ね者を倒す。
Okay, so last time we did the drama route, which is the blue scroll. So this time we're going to do the anime route, which is the red scroll. So on this channel I haven't done any of the anime routes yet because I want to be a bit consistent with that, so we're going to try this out. Why did they switch me to Keiji for my partner? Maybe it's like the first time you play through it, it forces you to leave your partner, but then since I'm playing this on a second playthrough, and I've already beaten this, it's just moot and silly. So I do have a rough translation of this story path, so I'll explain what I know about it as we go.
Hideyoshi-sama, 私はあなた様の御前でこの断罪の刃にて家康めを処断したかった。
刑部さん、やっぱへこんでるみたいっすね、三成様。
太閤御自らが徳川を討たんとする場に折れぬのだ。さぞ口をしかろう。
石田軍は東からの徳川援軍を断つのが役目。確かに戦の要だし、完璧にこなせるのは半兵衛様を除けば三成様くらいだけど、ちょっと水臭いんじゃねえの秀吉様よ。
私はなぜあなた様の左にいられないのですか。
サーコン入ります。
いいのや上司、いい直虎。家康に組みする意志なくば即刻兵を払い城を明け渡せ。
うわ、こりゃ相当機嫌悪いな。下手に逆らわないでよ直虎ちゃん。
様、乙女の玉肌を傷物に。そう。
So the stream's holding up pretty well. It's only like a couple seconds behind the gameplay. So far in the story, what's happened at the split is Hideyoshi and Hanbei have gone to basically attack Ieyasu, and they decide to leave Mitsunari behind, along with Sakon and Yoshitsugu. So Mitsunari's not very happy about that, and we basically decide to go invade Naotora's lands instead while we wait for Hideyoshi and Hanbei to fight with Ieyasu.
サゴン、 あやつを即座に殲滅しろ。かすかな塵の存在も許可しない。なむちゃな。
信濃なでしこの花言葉は可憐、乙女は強く美しく。
なんて凛とした女たちだ。見とれちまう。
煮え切らねえのは最低だし、立ち止まんのも最悪だ。
俺が隙を作ってやるから、誰かあの女衆の手当てを。
女も男もない。皆全力で奪われたものを取り返せ。戦う乙女の心意気、男どもに見せてやれ。お任せを。
ギョンさん、俺直虎ちゃんとこ行ってパッと片付けてくるんで、あと頼んじゃっていいっすか。
やれ。それに越したことはなかろう。
河原なでしこの花言葉は定説。守ってみせます。
I don't want that tiger to pin me down.
刃を向けたこと、末代まで後悔し続けろ。
月に息づく若きの亀がウサギ装い跳ね回る。
まだまだ。そんな打ち込みぬるいぞ。くじけるな。そこを乗り越え突き抜けてこそお前はもっと強くなれる。はい。
Gonna go defend my other base before we go off to the third one.
ひたむきであることの強さ、とくと思い知れ。
男が期待されない国ってのも割と居心地いいもんよね。
Ow, I thought I could dodge it by running along the wall.
男のくせに腰が入ってないぞ。飯でも炊いてろ。
お任せを。
虫取りなでしこの花言葉は罠。逃がしません。見たか。男に敗れるなどなでしこの恥。
I need to diversify my use of moves. So I tend to stick to the same couple moves over and over again in Basara, so I get comfy with them. Although with Sakon, he's got 2 movesets, so that helps in making it look like I'm more diversified, but I'm definitely not using some of these to their full extent.
俺は二度と明日を手放さねえって決めたんだ。
叶うと思っていたんならいかにも愚かな楽観よ。博打か。昔スピテンテにされた思い出が。
痛くしたのか。答えろ貴様。痛くしたのかと聞いているんだ。
一撃必殺。まさに効果は抜群ですな。
I feel kind of bad breaking those cheerleader formations when they all pile up into a triangle. They work so hard to do that maneuver, and then you just come and knock them all down. What a jerk move, Sakon. Or rather me. What a jerk move, Kiro. How dare you.
You
know what? I should go back and defend my bases. Maybe build up some Basara for Katsuie. There we go.
Maybe
I should upgrade Katsui's weapon and uncap it since he's so strong. I might as well. buff him out completely. And I like using him with Sakon.
なでしこの花は散ってなお気高く美しいんだ。
I also have an inscription on Sakon's weapon that makes it so he automatically gets up when he gets knocked down. It's super useful, because I don't usually remember to do that.
男がのさばり涙するのは乙女ばかり。国の行く末もはや男などに任せておけない。私は直虎、誰よりもひたむきなる虎だ。ほう、一気がけとはいい度胸だ。見かけによらずな。一応聞くけど。
That was a really long time. Hey Tadakatsu, so happy to see you. Ow. Tadakatsu does partner up with Naotora in some of the story routes. He doesn't usually appear on the stage with her. I think if you fulfill certain conditions he will, but because I'm doing story mode, they've kind of forced his appearance on us here. Nice. Okay, so I think in this series in the past I mistakenly said that this stage with Masamune and Yukimura on Hideyoshi's stage was exclusive to Sumeragi, but since I see it here, it must have been introduced in Basara 4 and not in Basara 4 Sumeragi, since I know Sakon's anime route did exist in Basara 4, the first one, so my apologies about that. You know, when you play the games back to back and you wait like 5 or 6 years, it all blends together a little bit.
Oe Sakon, Mitsunari wa kyouki no fuchi ni nozumi aru. Osaka jou e isogi kakeyou.
Sakon, hairimasu.
Welcome.
大阪城が伊達と武田の軍勢で埋め尽くされている。
いずれも徳川同盟国、つまり徳川に敗れたのだ。我ら豊臣は
今勝ち負けうんぬん言ってる時じゃねえっしょ。早く三成様を見つけないと。
So basically what's happened is, because Tadakatsu appeared during our fight with Naotora, then Gyobu, or Yoshitsugu rather, Gyobu's his nickname, says that, well, if they're here, if Tadakatsu's here, that means that Ieyasu must have won. Because otherwise he wouldn't, Tadakatsu would not leave Ieyasu's side if he was still fighting Hideyoshi and Hanbei. So then he proposes that, oh, that means that Hideyoshi and Hanbei have lost, they must be dead. So, of course, Mitsunari starts to fly into a rage and says, let's go back. So, we're back here at Hideyoshi's castle, and Hideyoshi's nowhere to be seen, and it seems like Masamune and Yukimura have invaded while we've been gone. So, things are not looking pretty good for Hideyoshi and Hanbei. So we haven't actually had an opportunity to use Sakon on horseback on the previous playthroughs. I mean, we've seen him... don't shoot me. We've seen him riding the horse in the cutscene, but... So you can see he kind of kneels on it, and you can attack like this. I don't think he can use his kicking mode on the horseback. Oh, I just totally beat that guy in a little jousting match. Riding past him and hitting him off his horse. Kind of funny we started off this playthrough with the Naotora and Yukimura stage, and now we're going to fight both of them again. Well, we just fought Naotora again, now we're going to fight Yukimura again. Ow. So remember on Hideyoshi's version of the stage, these buildings actually grew during the battle and started sending soldiers, but now on this version of the stage, the buildings are already grown there in the background. It's kind of a nice little detail. Ow, they're shooting me. Ah, you missed. I keep forgetting to use the R2 moves for Sakon since I don't usually use them. I should at least try buffing myself at the beginning of the stage, but then after that first fiasco on Naotora and Yukimura stage, I'm not sure I want to risk it again. Where'd the horse go? Alright, I left the horse like over here. How dare you take my stage, or my base, Kojiro? Fight me. Oh, I like knocked him down there.
んだけ人様の書場で暴れておいて何ふざけたこと抜かしてやがる。落とし前はきっちりつける。これが伊達の流儀ってやつだ。覚えとけ。
I love Sakon's little animations. When he finishes his moves, he like tosses his sword up and catches it, or strikes a pose, but not like Nagamasa. And you can cancel out of them so they don't like lag your combo string, but it's a nice little touch. Oh, there's still a guy here. Oh, they're already trying to take over my other base. How dare. Time to go back and defend it, I guess. This game is so much different if you play it with multiplayer. First of all, because the frame rate's slightly different because there's more things to load on the screen and you play split screen because it's local multiplayer, but a lot of the stage objectives are easier with two people because then, like for this stage, one person can go left and one person can go right. Same with like the Nobunaga's Honoji stage, or like Kenshin stage in Kawa Nakajima. You can send one person to each side to defend. Okay, I don't want to go back there yet. Should I take my horse? Nah, whatever. Ditch the horse. There's like a secret room back here too. Well, it's not secret, I guess. Just a little treasure room. Not that I need extra treasures and stuff in this game. I'm pretty maxed out on everything I want to be maxed out on. Oh, I better take the space over before the yellow dude takes over my first base. Now that he's gotten there. No, they just took it over. Like a split second after I took this one. How? Come on. It's kind of funny though, but also unfortunate. Hey, don't run away from me. It's your fault. You better not take over one of my other bases while I'm taking this one over. I don't see any big enemy markers on the map though, so I think I should be fine. Hey, I'm here to take over again for the third time. There we go. Oh, I missed. Oh dang. I want to look cool. I know I could have done a double Basara, but since I'm so overpowered, I felt like I should just show off with a regular one.
てめえの軍の大将が行方知れずだ。そりゃ正気か。
正気じゃねえんだよ。正気なわけねえっつうの。
Wonder if I could build up a second Basara. Ah, there we go. Yukimura, come have it. Don't you dare dodge this. I jumped off the stage. I was floating in midair. Do you see that? Oh, that tree's in the way. Oh, he's still not dead? Nakamura does such a good voice for Sakon. I know I've talked about that before. Combine these together. Oh, no, that's not what I want. So what's going to happen is that we went back to Hideyoshi's castle and we saw that Hideyoshi and Hanbei weren't there. Masamune and Yukimura seem to have taken over. Mitsunari is angry, of course, because he doesn't want to accept that Hideyoshi and Hanbei are dead. So we're returning back to Mitsunari's castle because he's thinking, well, maybe Hideyoshi and Hanbei are meeting us over there. But unfortunately, since we're gonna get there and Hideyoshi and Hanbei are nowhere to be seen, Sakon's gonna tell Mitsunari to basically calm down. But Mitsunari then, in his anger, he's going to turn on Sakon and basically say, oh, you must be a spy. And in his rage, he's unable to see reason and attacks Sakon.
Ah, 今しばらくお待ちください。三成めがあなた様の左に、秀吉様。
見つけた三成様三成様
左近か貴様何をグズグズしていた急ぐぞ秀吉様の待つ沢山の城へ
何言ってんすかしっかりしてください三成様秀吉様も半兵衛様ももういないんだ
いない秀吉様も半兵衛様も貴様こそ何を言っているお二人は沢山で私をそうか貴様家康の患者か左近の姿で近づき私を殺しお二人のもとへ行かせぬつもりか許さない許さない
Sakon, 入ります
And the reason why this duel takes place as a duel at the end of the Mitsunari stage is because, oh, he's angry. Hi, Fugitive. Thanks for joining us. The reason why it takes place on as a duel with Mitsunari instead of doing the entirety of Mitsunari's stage is because Mitsunari's stage has Sakon as a boss, so I can't fight myself. That was a nice little detail too. During the clash, I used my feet instead of my swords because I was in the foot stance.
俺はあんたに光を見た。救われたんだ。だからこれが俺の島左近の最後の賭けだ。俺はこの日のために生きてきたんだ。サコンおかえり三成様。どうや勝てたぜ俺。
That was a depressing ending. That was the first route I played when I played Basara 4, was the anime route for Sakon. Basically what happened was Mitsunari was still enraged, and so Sakon decides that the best way to get him to snap out of it is just let him hit me. And so he sacrifices himself and lets Mitsunari beat him up. And then Mitsunari does regain his senses, but not before Sakon seems to succumb to his wounds. So in the original Basara 4, there were only 3 characters with anime endings: Sakon, Katsuie, and Shikanosuke. Mostly because they were the new characters coming back. So Sakon and Katsuie being the 2 poster boys for the series, and then I guess they want to make it fair, so Shikanosuke got one too, and in Shikanosuke's ending, now Tora appears as well to kind of give her an anime ending, sort of, without actually giving her one. So it felt kind of strange, because of the entire cast, only 3 characters had anime endings, and the cast was smaller in Basara 4. Oops. And so in Basara 4 Sumeragi, they added more anime endings. So they gave an anime ending to Yukimura, Masamune, Ieyasu, and Mitsunari, and also Motochika and Motonari. Although Motochika and Motonari's ending, their anime ending is like, half of it is the same, like it's the same recycled animation, but then the outcome is different, so it was kind of nice. So overall, this stream seems pretty successful, I would say. Didn't cut out, because I've been watching it as it's been going. It's not too delayed, doesn't seem to slow down my net. So I think we'll do more of these in the future. For now, I'll keep them to YouTube, but who knows, maybe I'll try some on Twitch in the future to see how it goes and then port them over to YouTube afterwards, although that might be cumbersome, I guess we'll have to see. But overall, smooth sailing.
こいつで掴んだ明日、俺の手で繋いでいくさ。
その時代は1000年の時を超えて繁栄を極めるのであった。
Did I also ever mention that one of my favorite character traits for a character is like their selflessness and willingness to like sacrifice themselves for their friends and others? And so I already really like Sakon because of his design and his gameplay were fantastic, and I've been looking for a favorite character in Basara since I started playing in Basara 3. Like, I liked Oichi, but I wasn't sure if she would be like my top character until Sakon came around, and he was a definitive top tier character for me, but the fact that he goes these lengths for Mitsunari just cemented that in my head, so that was kind of nice to see his character flourish like that. Alright, so there we go, another episode of Kiro Plays Sengoku Basara 4 Sumeragi, special live stream edition. I didn't really see anyone else pop in while I was streaming, of course, because I didn't put out a notification on Twitter because I was nervous about this being my first stream. I think I saw one person pop in and the view count went to 2 for a little bit, but then they left. Of course, person number 1 was me. So in the future, maybe I'll start tweeting these things out and interacting with the chat, and we'll see how that goes. But overall, seems like this will make my YouTubing a little bit more efficient, because then I don't have to do as much porting and uploading and processing back and forth, so we'll give this a try. So if you're watching this in post, thank you so much for joining me on my adventures, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.